Hello, darlings. It's been a while. Welcome to another Dragon Age dreadful Dragon Age Dreadwolf character prediction tower reading. What a dreadful start. Although one might argue that Dreadwolf is dreadful in comparison to Eclipse. Just saying. Anyway. All right, so the hat hasn't had any love recently, but we're giving the hat some attention today. So which character am I going to pick? Do I remember all the significance of all these characters that I put in here? It's been so long. Ooh, Calix from the comics. So Calix went off on his lonesome last we saw him. And while in the comics, he was a little bit on the immature side. There was some growth, and he pretending to be the hero, realizing he doesn't have what it takes, that he's not fighting material. But maybe with the growth that we saw, I'm thinking he might find his path, you know? He might find other ways to help out, kind of behind the scenes. He can be helping out at a library, for example. He can help out Jenny TV and I was going to say Trevelyan. Well, he is a Trevelyan, a bard, you know? So he can help, he can still help without fighting. In terms of roles, I'm thinking not a companion, definitely not an advisor. I'm thinking more along the lines of someone we might encounter who will be there for a mission, or perhaps even just like when we encounter Connor in Dragon Age Inquisition, you know, just there at the location for some banter and a conversation. Just someone that we'll encounter. I've said encounter so many times. All right, so I'm really excited to be doing this today. It's been a while. It's a full moon, so maybe that's, well, like, there have been many full moons since, but so what do the cards have to say about Calix and his role in Dragon Age Dreadwolf? And in regards to the Dragon Age 4 protagonist. So, got upright, and it's the page of Athens, which is the page of swords. So, I've got hair everywhere here. All right. So swords is interesting right off the bat because Calix is not a fighter. So I wonder what that's going to transpire like. Maybe the swords is just symbolic, you know, in terms of you know, not literal fighting, but he can still go in and stab, you know, wound his enemies through cunning, even if he wasn't all that cunning, you know, wound his enemies without having necessarily to wield a sword. So, Page of Swords. And it's upright. So, for the Dragon Age Inquisition tarot deck, the Page of Swords is Cole when more human. So the card represents adaptability. So I can see that. I can see Calix adapting to his new circumstances. He kind of adapted and left the group because he saw that he wasn't cut out for that kind of life. Assertiveness. I think he's going to go on a self-search and become more assertive. I can see that happening. Honesty. Well, he had to be honest with himself. And through what he was doing, there was a lot of deception going on. And then he was honest with himself and honest with others. So I think it humbled him. So it probably made him more honest. This is kind of the past, but like the new Calix would be like an honest one. Messages. So maybe that's his role. He's going to come and give messages, not necessarily maybe be the messenger, you know, maybe come in and say, I have a message from so-and-so, you know, and serve as a messenger, which would be a good role for him, and it would be also an important role depending whose messages he's bringing to whom, assuming it's to the Dragon Age 4 protagonist or from the protagonist to whomever. Proving abilities. So now if he wants to have a greater role, he has to prove himself. He didn't prove himself fighting, maybe he went to train and he'd have to prove himself there, or whatever, you know, he has to prove himself. And because there was deception in the past, he has to prove his honesty. Maybe that's what it is, proving his honesty. Language skills. So that brings me back to my idea of the library. So language skills, he could, you know, maybe if he has language skills, it could come in handy to help decipher certain things. I don't know how much ancient Tavine he knows, but maybe he's learning, maybe there's something else he can help with. The beginnings of independent thinking. So, you know, he was doing his thing, but he wasn't self-reliant necessarily. So independent thinking also, you know, takes it a step higher, more mature thinking. So, you know, also with, it goes, I'm doing this a lot, goes with the growth. Risk. He took a risk. I can see him taking another risk. Exploring the realm of ideas. Yes, that makes sense. I see that with the growth. I see that with the assertiveness and the honesty. I see that as a messenger, you know, exploring the realm of ideas. You know, what's my place in this world? What can I bring to the table? What can I do to help save Thedas? You know, questions he could be asking. What can I do to play the game and save Thedas or not? A series or change. So it could be like a series of different levels, different steps, or different missions, or a massive change. So, or a series of changes. So overall, very positive, you know, and, you know, it's not the most intense of, you know, of meanings for this person. This person is more like a background character, you know, as more like a side quest character, but could also play an important role, could play a vital role. And if he does it right, if he helps, and I can see that happening. I can see, you know, like the messenger role being given to Calix. So let me know your thoughts. So it wasn't a huge reading, but a significant one for Cal. Like I feel, yeah, this could be his newfound role. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What you think the role for Calix might be in Dragon Age 4, and in regards to the Page of Swords upright for Calix. And like this video if you like it. Subscribe to be Jimmy approved. He always falls on his side. And come on. Alright. I'll see you all soon. Masaranas.